This is Eric Best, and you're listening to Car Sessions 2035 with Coolie Ranx. Turn it up, tune it in, fill your cup with the sound medicine. Hello, operator, are you listening? Coolie Ranx on a mission. Catch the fire, turn the ignition. Coming to your loud sound system. Let me show you valiance and valor, a hero that must make a stand. Shine your light, this night isn't over.
Ready. Ladies and gentlemen. Uh-huh. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good night, good morning to wherever you may be. I am your host, Coolie Ranx. Yes, the CM1 from London, the CM1 from Brooklyn. Yeah, the CM Yard youth, you know? I am here, ladies and gentlemen. So we had some special guests in the building yesterday from Manchester, UK. That would be Manchester, United Kingdom, aka England. And because the time difference was it's like 6 or 7, 6 or 7. I think it's about 7 hours difference, right? So our 7 o'clock. Oh, it's 5 hours difference. I'm sorry, there it's in my head. 5 hours difference. So our 7 o'clock is their 12 o'clock, which is midnight. So we did a pre-recorded interview with them, so we didn't keep the lads up too late. And what you're about to witness was a wonderful time, and we got to know the lads a little bit better. So tune in, hang out, listen to it. We're going to throw a couple of videos in between, and we'll be right back. But it was very interesting. Stick around. I'm on the retrim, so the restream. So just hit me up on that too. We could talk. All right. Peace. Shout out to the Twitch crew, the Twitter crew, Real Rebel Radio, Facebook crew, YouTube crew, Jamaica Sounds crew. Anybody else is out there that's listening? Hang on, Mr. Ryan, as you will, please.
afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be. We have some special guests today. I'm a little sweaty because it's so hot outside, and I ran here because these guests, I could not miss them, and I'm sorry I kept you guys waiting. But with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from Manchester, England, yes, we have Haringer. You may say it the way you want to say it because I was raised in a little proper place. So you tell me how you say it, gentlemen. And who do we have in the building?
Well, there's a lot of debate on how we pronounce it, but that to me sounded like the perfect pronunciation of how you say it. So Harijan, that was great. I'm Mike here. I'm the singer for Harijan.
Mike, what's up, Mike?
Yeah, man. I'm Willie. I'm the guitarist for Harijan.
Oh, you guys are very special to us. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. I know this is a tape show, but I'm live with you, so it's really important for me, and I feel the energy, and I appreciate you guys coming here today. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, and likewise, we really appreciate you reaching out to us. We've always felt like you've kind of had our back a bit, and you've looked out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially,
But to reciprocate those vibes, like Pilfers yourself has always been a massive influence on Harijan, especially in our early days. So it's a real honour and a privilege for you, for us to be on the show today.
especially live and direct from your car. That's
definitely.
that's the cherry on the cake.
It almost got done. It almost got done in the bedroom, because I couldn't find the Wi-Fi, so I was going to use the house Wi-Fi. But this is the only way to go.
Yeah.
If it was in the bedroom, we'd have refused it, wouldn't we, Willie? We had to do it in the car.
It's a seductive place, so it's not for the gents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how did you guys get started, and how did you find your sound? Well, how did you find your sound? When did you get started? Let's start with that one.
All right. So our first gig was back in 2003.
Yeah.
But we probably started as a band, like practicing quite a long time before our first gig. So you're talking like 2000, 2001, around that time. In terms of like our sound and what made our sound,
because you got a unique sound. Your sound is heavy and it's ska and it's not, and it's a wicked mashup. You know what I mean? And it's played well. There's a difference between mashing up, right? There's sometimes you just mash up and can't play the songs, or play the parts that you're playing. But you play your parts well. It's very well done, very well constructed and arranged. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, Coolie. Cheers. Right. So you said it yourself there, heavy and ska. Our background, when we were young kids, we were into like pop music, everything our parents were into, whether that's Michael Jackson, Van Morrison, whatever. So that gave us our like pop and melodic sensibilities, I guess. But by the time we're 13 and 14 and things all started going wrong for us, we're into like Nirvana and heavy metal and even new metal. There's a magazine over in the UK called Kerrang, which is not too great anymore, I don't think. But back in our day, it was mainstream alternative, but it covered lots of heavy bands like Metallica, Sepultura, who else, Willie? All those kinds of bands. When it's Smashing Pumpkins.
I know we knew each other when we were like quite young, very young, like teenagers, but we always liked that quiet verses, then a big booming chorus. I think that were a big appealing thing for us. But we got into the chord thing. We're metalheads. We were called, I don't know what they called in New York, but we got called moshers. If you're into rock and all that, you got called a mosher. So that's what we were. Skaters and moshers and that sort of thing.
Hold on, let me ask Chris Ryan about that. What do you know about that, Chris Ryan?
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if you, I don't know. I'm not as like
everything. I refer to him as an expert, but I guess he's stumped right now. Moving right
along. Well, it wasn't too underground. Like, we weren't into really underground metal, but we were into Metallica, Sepultura. A massive band for us both, especially me and Willie, was Nirvana. And Nirvana were like probably, along with Green Day as well. Maybe not cool to say anymore, but Green Day's early.
Our first gig with Green Day together, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Willie's first gig when we were like 14, 13 years old, we're watching Green Day in Manchester on the Nimrod tour. So early Green Day, early Nirvana, or all of Nirvana, they were our biggest influences. So we came from that kind of an MTV2 alt rock kind of background.
Gotcha.
Then, but me and Willie were knocking about as young kids. We've known each other since primary school, but wanted to form a band. Anyway, we're into like rock music, metal music, and then when we all about 18, that's when we started to see some of these kind of UK ska-core bands, and that's what we
Like
couldn't get
Countdown.
into ska and reggae at first, but when we saw these heavy UK bands at first, that's what got into ska, and that's what turned us from writing kind of metal and rock and grunge riffs and punk riffs into the ska punk. That introduced us into the world of ska punk.
Wicked.
So we're Cap Down, King Prawn, and
King Prawn,
and Pilfers. Pilfers was just anytime I like climbing tunes like that, it just takes me back to a period of our lives when we were all living together, happy days, and it was just so inspiring hearing songs like that. It was, it's just
So
great time.
And it's no exaggeration to say we literally went within the space of a few weeks from all those kind of heavy mainstream alternative metal and rock bands, and from seeing bands like King Prawn, Cap Down, Voodoo Glow Skulls, and that did lead us into third wave. Maximum respect for all of third wave, but we weren't interested in the kind of more poppy, kind of chirpy sound of the third wave. We were into the bands that had a bit of edge to them, and for us, that was only a small pool of bands really, and we're not just blowing smoke at your ass for the sake of it. It was King Prawn, Cap Down, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Pilfers, Dub War, and a bit of Interterrestrials. They were like a very small pool of bands who directly helped form the Harrijan sound, I would say.
Wow. Wicked.
And that's our passion. That's what we want to, we've never been like, we're a small band really, but our passion and our drive and what we're obsessed with is this kind of ragga punk, ska punk, heavy, edgy metal punk, ska punk, that kind of sound. That's what we're all about.
You guys do it well. I think something's going to happen for you, man. And I'm glad I'm talking to you guys now before it does. I swear. I mean, I'm glad to know you guys, and I see only the best for you. I have a tendency, and I'm not going to say I'm a prophet, but I have a tendency of picking bands, honestly. I picked King Prawn. Yeah? I was out one night in London, and I was with a manager friend of mine. And we were going to the lot, the Camden lot, and we went to go see American band because they just came over and I saw them like a week ago. So I went to their sound check to go check them and everything, and I was gonna go perform with them. And I'm only 15 minutes walking from Camden lot, and I was trying to get there to see the opening acts because I knew England had something in store for me. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't been to a ska show in England where I wasn't performing and I could actually take it in. So I rushed to get in and I got there late. But I did manage to link up with King Prawn. When I saw them, I didn't talk to them, but I saw them and I was blown. And I was like, wow, I said, they sound like us. I was like, they sound like my band.
Yeah.
So I picked them and I told the manager, he didn't get it. I said, yo, those guys are bad. He didn't get it. But you know what he did do? He started to manage them.
Wow.
He went behind. He was like, he made it seem like, it was nothing. But he went and he started to manage them after that. I kid you not. I pick you guys, man. I pick you guys. You guys got that. You got it.
If you could still put a word in with that manager again, then and let him know about those guys.
I can get a hold of him.
Yeah,
I can get a hold of him. I hope he's listening.
But listen. King Prawn, very special band, and there's been a lot of bands who've been influenced by King Prawn.
Yes.
Not like you guys, but like us and many others. But I don't think, in terms of that intensity live, there's not been that many bands who've kind of, within this genre, are so cutting and so intense and so explosive live. They were just phenomenal songwriters and phenomenal live performers, really.
Well, you guys, I pick you guys. I pick you guys. I'm a holler at my boy. See if he listens to me again, or pretends like he's not listening to me.
Did you ever get to see Cap Down, Cooler?
I didn't. I might have, but I honestly can't say I have because I was around, but I don't remember. But I was obsessed with King Prawn.
Yeah,
like literally, because I was like looking in the mirror for myself.
In the UK was all, in our opinion, obviously it's all subjective, isn't it? But for us and our sound and what we were influenced by, it was all about those two bands in the UK at that time. It was King Prawn and Cap Down. And King Prawn were doing the kind of more like Pilfer style, more like even Bad Brains and Dub War, that kind of metally riffs going into dub, that punk kind of thing going on. Cap Down, I think, we're doing something really unique and which has never really been replicated a lot, which is, you know, like the ragga beat, the bum, bum, bap, bum, bum.
Oh, let me go check them out.
They were doing that with punk sound, and I don't think anyone's really...
Mr. Ryan is not in there. He must be familiar with Cap Down. You are familiar with them.
Oh, yeah, love me some Cap Down.
Okay.
Their song Cousin Cletus, that was the one, that was the first song that I heard of theirs, and that song has been stuck in my head since the first day.
Okay.
Like, incredible band.
Are they still playing?
Saxophone. I think they play in the odd gig in the odd festival. They used to tour so much back in those days. They have played in the last 5 years at festivals and stuff like that, but I don't know what they're doing exactly right now. I don't think they made new albums and stuff anyway.
I'm gonna find them.
Special band.
I'm gonna find them. So listen. How many members in your band? I'm just gonna ask a few questions so people who are watching and watch this while it's a tape, they get a sense of what type of a band, how the configuration of the band. How many members in the band, and what pieces do you have? What instruments are you playing with?
More. We've got more members than Slipknot. Put it that way. We have a few. We have two bassists. Who take,
hold on. That play at the same time.
No.
At the same time?
You know, we're just a group of mates, really. So we all sort of, you know, we can all. It's just like it's more of a collective than a band these days, I think. You know, usually we're a solid 9-piece. That's when we perform best, I think, as a 9-piece.
Wow.
Yeah, historically, we were 2 guitars, bass, drums, vocals, and then 4 brass, 2 trombones, sax, and trumpet. We had a hiatus for 10 years. When we came back, obviously life moves on by that point. All those original 9 members are still members of the band, but we're all dotted. We're all living across the UK now, so we're recruiting more bass players. We've recruited Chloe on sax, who's been amazing with us. So all the original 9 are still there. We've had to bring in a little bit of bass cover and a little bit of not brass cover, new brass members. But yeah, there's probably about 11 of us right now, but we've never all been on the stage at the same time. On average, about 7 or 8 of us, I said. But some gigs in the future will have about 11 of us, I reckon.
Wow,
maybe more.
That's a wall. That's a tower.
Yeah.
Wow. Make it. Okay. We can make it 12 if you fancy joining the gang as well, Coolie.
Well, you know what? I'm actually coming back to England. I should be in England at the end of the year, so who knows? You never know. I might just drop in on you guys.
Yeah, always space. Always space.
Respect. I'll come through, and if you know what, I'm gonna think about that very strongly, because before I was on COVID lockdown, so I didn't have that much time. But listen, I will have time this time.
These guys have been waiting for any excuse to get rid of me on vocals. So if you
no, we're not doing that. I would like a smidgen of your piece. I would never want you to leave that stage. Not at all. Yeah. You want to shout out to anybody in America and anything you want to say to the New York public, because there's a huge ska audience in America now, and it's not just in New York anymore or the West Coast. It's in Florida, it's in Canada, it's in Detroit, Michigan, it's in Connecticut, it's in Long Island, New York, it's in DC, it's in Maryland, it's in Virginia, it's in St. Louis, it's in Colorado. It's all over America. It's no longer this little small thing anymore.
Well, some wicked bands recently we've played with, UK bands, is Redeem on a mega. They kind of describe themselves as metallic ska. So it's like metal. A Brazilian band called, what is it? Abracadabra.
Yes, Abracadabra.
Fucking wicked.
Yes, they are. From Brazil, we know them.
Andy B in the World.
Oh, yes, Andy B in the World, yes,
right, yes. Our sax player plays in Andy B in the World as well.
Okay, wicked.
But, go on, Mike, you fire a few out.
Right, okay, well, they're all UK stuff. So I'll back up all that. There's loads of UK, maybe later we'll shout out all the UK lot. But all I'd say is, that's our impression over here is maybe the New York ska scene, and like you say, in the West Coast. When our album came out 2 years ago, there was a lot of reviews that likes to, especially UK focus reviews that was basically saying these guys are turning against the third wave ska, and these guys have got a dirtier sound, and they're nothing to do with the poppier third wave ska. And it pissed off a few of the American bands because we got a bit of feedback. What I say is we want to re-offer the olive band. We make enemies wherever we go, this band, I'm telling you, without even intending to. But we just want to say, yeah, we reach out with much love to all the people in America who are interested in the heavier UK ska punk sounds, but the whole third wave community. We know Bad Operation, that's a band that released their album at the same time as us. That album is sick. We love that fucking album. But we just want to reach out to the poppier ska punk sounds in America as well. We're friends, we're brothers, we're comrades, we're sisters as well.
Absolutely. There's some people that write for magazines that have no clue as to what they're saying. I'm gonna say this because it started wars in hip hop like that shit too. We don't need that here.
No.
We don't need any division in ska. That's not ska. It's not about division. So whoever wrote that should tell them to suck their mother blood clot, because they don't have nothing to do with what we do here. What we do here is unify the whole scene. We are not about exclusion or a clique. That's bullshit. That's for somebody else that doesn't get it. We get it here.
Definitely. Ska is ska, punk is punk.
Exactly. We got many branches of ska. It's fine. We can all have our place to do what we do. Please don't let.
And that's something that comes through on your show, Coolie, isn't it? Like how you are embracing. Really,
yeah, man. I love it all. Why not? That's where it comes from. It's one tree with many branches. What the fuck? You know, I like rock steady. I like traditional. I like punk. I like the metal. If you bring whatever you got, just make it good. That's my only request. Make it good. If it's not good, I'm gonna tell you that shit. I'm gonna say, yo, I'm not really feeling that right now. You got to come back a little bit and iron it out, and polish that shit and shine it and make it presentable. I'll tell you that. I'm not one to blow smoke up at no one's ass, you know?
Defo. And that's like not just within music, but I think across society, isn't it? That's something lyrically we're all about. Harry John's all about is promoting unity across everyone.
Exactly. So listen, I think we've done about 30 minutes already. I could be wrong. What you saying? We're gonna play some of your videos. We're gonna come right back and we're gonna play some of your songs as well. So hold tight.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Cool. I look like we just did that, right?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening. We are back here. That was our interview with Harjin. Listen, definitely a unique sound. Definitely a unique sound. I love it. I want to play one. We're here and we have only a couple more minutes to go, but I want to play a song just before we leave, and we will have a video before we leave. But let me just. Answer in tonight's Womanizi, King Kong Box Hacker. Origin in the building, big up all the crew. UK crew, big up yourself. That's New York City live. It's about time for us to leave. See you guys next week, and hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, Mr. Ryan, you want to play that video there, Mr. What is it, Buster Shuffle, Buster Shuffle. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been Car Sessions. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Check us out next week at 7 p.m. to 7:30 on your Twitter, your Twitch, your Facebook, your YouTube, your Jamaican Sounds, and Real Rebel Radio. And I guess there's some other podcasting that's going on too, right, Mr. Ryan?
It could have been better. It was a good decision, followed by bad ones you can't undo. I don't regret a moment spent with you. I give all my tomorrows for a yesterday. I give all my tomorrows for a yesterday. I wouldn't change a thing, and I'd do it all again and again and again. In history I still have you. A lack of conversation, a lack of understanding too, cause so much aggravation between you and me and you. I don't regret a moment spent with you. I give all my tomorrows for a yesterday. I give all my tomorrows for a yesterday. I wouldn't change a thing, and I'll do it all again and again and again. In history I still have you. It's a bad situation, and time has finally caught up with you. It's a feeling of deflation, when your best is no good, but it's the best that you can do. I don't regret a moment spent with you. I give all my tomorrows for a yesterday. I give all. Turn it up, tune it in, fill your cup with the sound medicine. Hello operator, are you listening? Coolie Ranx on a mission. Catch the fire, turn the ignition. Coming to you loud sound